As an avid reader, I have many beloved books that left a lasting impression on me. However, my all-time favorite remains To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I first read it in high school English class, and it touched me profoundly. The beautiful writing, endearing characters, poignant moral lessons, and social commentary stayed with me years later. Each time I reread this deeply moving American classic, it stirs me in a new way. Set in the fictional town of Macomb, Alabama during the Great Depression, the novel follows young Scout Finch and her family. Her father, Atticus Finch, a widowed lawyer, is appointed to defend a black man named Tom Robinson who is wrongly accused of rape. The story explores Atticus' quest for justice, his children's coming of age, and themes of morality, conscience, and growing up in America's segregated South. Lee's descriptions of the dusty southern town transport me right into the setting. I can picture the old courthouse, the schoolyard, the shabby homes on a dirt road called the Ewell's Place. The immersive sense of place draws me in. The characters also feel real and relatable, from the lively Finch kids to mysterious neighbor Boo Radley. Their unique personalities and heartwarming relationships endear me. At the center is wise Atticus, my favorite literary father figure. His integrity, quiet dignity, and courage in the face of hostility inspire me to this day. When defending Tom Robinson, Atticus faces an angry mob aiming to lynch the accused man. But he bravely stands guard outside the jailhouse all night until they disperse. His words explaining the importance of empathy to Scout resonate with me years later. You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb into his skin and walk around in it. Through an adult lens, I now grasp the full societal commentary that flew over my young head in high school. The racial injustice in how the town scapegoats Tom Robinson is gut-wrenching. I ache for Tom, who loses his life for a trumped-up crime despite the efforts of Atticus. The ingrained prejudice faced by Black Americans that persists today adds another layer of sadness. Harper Lee boldly confronted controversial issues in a way ahead of her time. At its core, To Kill a Mockingbird explores loss of innocence, good versus evil, and doing what's right versus what's easy. As the father of the narrator Scout, Atticus guides his children toward moral courage. He teaches them empathy, understanding other perspectives, and challenging ingrained beliefs. His wise words and principled example mold young Jem and Scout as they come of age. I aspire to instill such integrity in my own future children. The novel brims with themes of conscience, justice, racism, feminism, and human dignity. But Lee communicates these big ideas through simple acts of children playing games, observing odd neighbors, and attending church picnics. The juxtaposition makes the messages more impactful. I love Lee's lyrical writing style filled with metaphors about mockingbirds, plants, and everyday people. Her prose makes my English minor heart swoon. Certain scenes stick with me for their meaningful symbolism. When Atticus shoots down a rabid dog roaming the street despite the town demanding he do it, his steady aim represents fighting evil with integrity. The gift secretly left for Jem and Scout in the knot of a tree symbolize little gestures of humanity that surround us. Elements like the mockingbird that gives the book its title add poetic depth. The beauty lies in how Lee makes me care deeply about the characters before delivering profound messages about society. I tear up reading the courtroom scene where Atticus points out the unjust racism that condemns Tom Robinson. Because Lee made me empathize with the characters first, my emotions are already invested. I am heartbroken by the unfair outcome. Lee uses storytelling brilliance to spotlight injustice. While tackling somber themes, Lee balances it with childlike nostalgia and whimsical summer adventures like the kids rolling tires down the street, or building a snowman from muddy snow. The novel reminds us that hope and moral goodness persist amidst hardship and prejudice. Brief moments of innocence punctuate the children's gradual loss of ignorance. This glimmer uplifts the book from utter despair. I feel gratitude toward my high school English teacher for assigning this classic novel that has stayed dear to me across moves, jobs, and new chapters of life. The lessons about empathy, conscience, and justice resonate through time. My copy now overflows with underlined passages, wear and tear testifying to the impact. When feeling cynical about human nature, I reflect on Atticus' quiet integrity and moral clarity. Fiction can profoundly shape young minds. Rereading as an adult, I appreciate To Kill a Mockingbird on ever-deepening levels. As a child, I focused on the funny antics and rebellious spirit of Jem, Scout, and Dill. Later I related more to the themes of adolescence as the kids come of age. Now I contemplate Atticus' stoic wisdom and the racial injustice portrayed through an informed social lens. Truly great literature stands the test of time and evolving perspectives. To Kill a Mockingbird earned its place on reading lists across generations of students for good reason. It combines literary merit as a Pulitzer Prize winner with readability accessible to young people. The novel manages to both entertain and challenge audiences. Its messages prompt reflection while drawing you into a world that feels nostalgic yet meaningful even decades later. Not many classics achieve that delicate balance quite like Lee's masterpiece. While my bookshelves overflow with works by contemporary authors, 19th-century novelists, poets, and memoirs, To Kill a Mockingbird remains the story dearest to my heart. Something in Scout's innocence, Atticus' integrity, and Lee's lyrical prose moved me at a formative age and never let go. I hope to pass down my worn copy to share with my children someday. For me, its message of empathy and moral courage feels timeless and profound.